Tonight's in-stadium live action announcing is brought to you, as always, by Handsome Hodges Entertainment. And now, put your eyes on the field and your hands together for the Bristol Rhythm theme song, We Are the Rhythm by Michael and Kenzie Dixon. We're the rhythm! It's about to go down! Bristol Rhythm! Owns this town! And now stand and remain standing for the national anthem. And now the starting 11 for Greenville United. Number 2, Abubakar Fofana. Number 4, Matthew Manzano. Number 5, Edward Mensah. Number 6, Dan Ivanov.
Welcome to Gene Malcolm Stadium here on the campus of Virginia High School in Bristol, Virginia, where Bristol Rhythm AFC is going to be defending their home turf yet again, still with an undefeated record without allowing a goal yet this season. 5 wins in 5 matches for the Rhythm as they come into this one against the Greenville United FC from Greenville, South Carolina, the team in second in the Southeast Conference table in the NPSL. Right now, Greenville United comes in with 13 points, 4 wins, a draw, and 3 losses on their ledger. Bristol, on the other hand, 5 matches in a row that they have taken the victory in without allowing a single tally from their opposition. Most recently, the Rhythm at home just 10 days ago against 865 Alliance from down in Knoxville came away with a 1-0 victory. Goal came in the second half off the boot of Kai Slynn. That was a huge goal for the Rhythm, the only one on the scoreboard in that matchup to earn the win and keep the streak alive for the Rhythm. Starting lineups, the starting 11 for both teams going into this contest. Starting for the visitors from Greenville United, it's on defense. Number 2, Abubakar Fofana. Number 5, Edward Mensah. Number 25, Joshua Malin. And number 26, Javier Oviedo Vera. And then in the midfield for Greenville, number 6, Dan Ivanov. Number 20, Emmanuel Duran. Number 27, Sebastian Daniel Montino Evangelista. And then up front, 3 up front for Greenville. Number 4, Matthew Manzano. Number 10, Hayden Summerfield. And number 19, Abdullah Sain. And in goal for Greenville, number 99, Vitor Hennig. For the Rhythm, a very similar lineup, a couple of changes. First in goal is number 0, Florian Kvast from Germany and Milligan University. On defense, number 2, James Baku, along with number 7, Jack Newman, number 17, Hugo Martinez, and number 22, Lorenzo Klamler. So the same 4 in the back as we've seen in each of the home games this season. In the midfield, Jorge Coque Gracia, number 6, along with number 8, Kai Slynn, the captain, number 11, Nathan Booth, and number 14, Elliot Edwards. And then up front, 2 men. Number 9, Patrick Enchill, the leading goal scorer with 4 points this year, 3 goals and an assist to his name. And he's got Konstantin Barlas, also known as Tino, up front with him today. He's getting the start. First time we've seen him on the pitch to begin a contest here in Bristol. So it'll be a fun one between these two sides. It's Edward Mensah and Kai Slynn at the midfield stripe for the coin flip. As we're about set to get underway, Greenville United, only a +1 goal differential this year. 12 goals for, 11 allowed in their 7 matches played. Actually make that 8 matches played. 13 points in those 8 matches. So it's been a season where, they're second in the standings, but much of that is because of the number of matches played, along with the fact that really the rest of the table has been losing a lot of matches except for the Rhythm. The Rhythm just have not played as many matches as the rest of the Southeast Conference yet this season. And they will get to that point where everybody's even. But for now, Bristol, 5 straight wins, looking to make it 6 here this evening. Once again, I am Brendan Sweeney with you on the call for tonight's contest of NPSL soccer. As the Rhythm huddled up, as the ball's set on the dot, we're ready for kickoff. Greenville United wearing the white kits with the green stripes down the front, and Bristol in their signature purple with white trim and letters and numbers.
We're seconds out from the start of this game between Bristol Rhythm AFC and Greenville United.
Fourth official on the sideline, making sure things are in order. And our referee has whistled the ball into play as we are underway here from Gene Malcolm Stadium as Greenville United sends it long to begin this contest. Header back toward midfield by Bristol as it bounces around toward Baku, who clears it back to midfield, but it's taken by Greenville. And poor passing there, trying to set up the triangle, and it goes off the foot of the right side defender for Greenville and out for a Bristol throw-in. Long clearance by Greenville. It will roll into the box and will be collected by Kvast. Martinez sends it long, trying to find the head of Elliot Edwards, but instead it rolls through for Oviedo Vera, who plays back to the keeper, Vitor Hennig. Long ball toward midfield. Recovered by Greenville. And it actually went out of play. Late call there from the officials, but it did go beyond the touchline. Thrown in by Baku quickly to Enchil, who was cherry-picking behind the play. Left-footed cross, finds Booth, redirected, and it hits the post. The far side post just glanced off of it and beyond the end line for a goal kick, but what a great chance early in this one, just the second minute of play, and we've already got a golden scoring opportunity for the Rhythm.
It's going to be a goal kick for Greenville United.
So Hennig will send a goal kick skyward here momentarily, but a good start for the Rhythm. Taking advantage of just kind of slow movement there from Greenville, trying to get back into shape defensively. As Baku jumped on the throw-in immediately and launched it down the pitch toward Enchil. Ball sent beyond the midfield stripe, and it finds the Greenville forwards. As now stepping in front of it are Bristol. A chance here, long shot from Greenville. That is number 20, Emmanuel Duran, taking that shot. Rolls along the ground. Kvast makes a rather simple save. Gracia across the pitch to Baku on the far side. He'll play it back. That's Klamler now. Martinez back to Klamler. Ahead for Edwards. Good ball there. Edwards turns it ahead, trying to play it out in front of Enchil. He was not really on a run, however, as playing it out is Edward Mensah for a Bristol throw-in. And it will be Baku to take this throw. See what he tries to do, if he tries to throw into the box or if he goes short with this. Typically, when they put Baku on it, he's going to fire it into the box, and he does. Towards Slynn, headed away. Gets back to Jack Newman for the Rhythm. Now Edwards, crossing it back in front, finds Slynn, tried to take a left-footed shot off the volley, and it goes on beyond the end line, well off target for a goal kick.
Those first touch volleys are especially difficult. Greenville United to take the goal kick.
Goal kick on its way from Hennig. And that one finds the foot of Duran, but now it's taken away by the Rhythm illegally. Foul is called by the referee. So a free kick coming up for Greenville.
Rhythm Nation, don't let them get comfortable. Make some noise.
See what Greenville United can put together here, what they may have up their sleeve on this free kick opportunity. Dan Ivanov is taking this one. Bends it toward the back post. Nathan Booth steps in front, heads it clear momentarily. Duran to the back post. And Florian Kvast goes up and steals it. Taking a Greenville player out in the process. Well done by Kvast that time. Rolls it into Martinez. Newman chipped toward the middle of the pitch, but it goes right back to Ivanov for Greenville. But Enchil takes it right back from him. And now he'll turn back looking for a target. Slynn has it and makes a great move on Ivanov. Tried to play a through ball ahead toward Nathan Booth, but not on the same page that time were Slynn and Booth. So a goal kick yet again for Greenville United.
One more.
Early action in this one. Second minute, a cross from Enchil over on the far side wing found the boot of Nathan Booth flying in, and he just redirected it wide. It glanced off the outside of the far post on the volley.
All right.
And this one collected by Edwards. He'll sky this ahead. Header clearance by Greenville. It goes right back the other way from Bristol. And now another pop-up off the foot of Gracia, but United gets to this one, and a foul on James Baku for a push in the back there. So free kick for Greenville United.
Greenville sends it forward.
And they'll go long with this one toward the box. And Clamler steps in front, heads it away. Barlas on the far side, trying to get the ball back from Greenville, but instead a ball lobbed toward the goal box, but offside is the call as the ball was played illegally there by Greenville as one of their men was beyond the last line of defense as that ball left the foot of the Greenville defender. Vost finds the head of Booth, who flicked it ahead, but now Greenville's back on it. And the clearance attempt actually goes off the back of Joshua Malin, who was standing on the sideline. Unlucky there for Greenville. Not much they can do about that. Jack Newman set to throw this one in. Bodies moving toward the goal box again. And that one headed away by Greenville. Good read there from Martinez, but now Greenville gets it right back. But stepping in the way was Newman. Booth has it poked away from him by Joshua Malin, but it goes out for another Bristol throw. And Newman this time, I think, is going to be a little bit more conservative. Just rolls it into Booth. And Booth tried to play it back for Clamler, and now he fouls the man who stole the pass, number 10, Hayden Summerfield. Whistle as the official is trying to make sure that the ball stays where it's been put down by Fofana. Far side wing, nice ball there from Fofana. Greenville crossing toward the middle, headed away by Martinez. Greenville still on it. They try to play it toward the corner. They can't keep it in, however, as the ball toward the corner by Joshua Malin was just too strong. And it could not be run down by Matthew Manzano. So Kvast plays it back in to Martinez. Switches the field to Barlas on the other side. Turns well done by Barless, but the tackle is a clean one, and it goes out of play for a Bristol throw-in. Javier Oviedo Vera back there making the tackle on the right side. That throw finds the body of Enschel. He's going to keep this one, plays it inside for Edwards, and a foul is called on Greenville United FC as Enschel went down in a heap. And that one goes on Dan Ivanov. Called for the infraction that time. And a dangerous free kick spot here for Bristol Rhythm.
Huge opportunity here for the Rhythm.
Thrown in. Everyone into the box for Bristol and Greenville. Just a few people not. Nice pass, Barless sends it with his left foot. They did not account for the cutter in front of the group set up on the far post side. Barless cut right in front of them all, and the pass found his boot. Left-footed shot curled up above the glove of Hennig, and a goal for Konstantin Barlas, his first of the year, and his first as a member of the Bristol Rhythm. What a job by Barlas, and really just a smart play there on the free kick. Seeing Barlas cut in front of that big jumbled group of bodies in the box, just a great play from the Rhythm. It's 1-0.
11 minutes, the score is 1-0, Bristol Rhythm.
11th minute goal for Bristol Rhythm comes from Konstantin Barlas, also known as Tino, in his first start in a home match this season, as the ball is back in play for Greenville off the kickoff, and it's a long one out too far for Manzano and out, but this is a bit of a tactic for Greenville United, trying to hem Bristol into their own end. But a long throw-in from Newman will help them move it forward. It's headed out, throw-in coming up for the Rhythm. Newman fires it back to Clamler on really the other side of the pitch. So that was another great throw. Long ball from Clamler. Enschel with speed, trying to run it down. Sliding out is Hennig, able to collect it just before Enschel could reach it. So a ball into play yet again for Greenville, who are down 1-0. The Rhythm continue to just put it on their opponents this season. And a backheel flick by Greenville, ball bouncing around. It is collected by Greenville United. This is Duran coming toward the near side, trying to cross it back in front. Knocked away by Clamler. Ball still kind of pinballing around in the midfield. And played back to the defense. Smart play there as Fofana will play it ahead for Ivanov. And the ball still alive here for Greenville. They are keeping possession here. That is something that they really need to do, I think, at this point in the match, knowing that they've, given up that goal. They like to kind of create some sort of, rhythm, for lack of a better word, for their offensive chances in this contest. They just haven't, have been able to keep the possession for any long stretch of time. So unfortunately, that ball from Greenville goes beyond the end line. So it's a Bristol goal kick. And now for them, it's a very similar strategy. They've got to be thinking about keeping possession. Obviously, don't want to get too cute with things and not, try to attack. But they also need to try to keep possession. They lose possession here pretty quickly this time around. And now there's a chance for Greenville on a counterattack. Malin in the corner. Back to Manzano, cross to the far post. Baku gets his head on it, and it goes out off his head for a throw-in for Greenville United on the far side near the corner flag. So they'll fire it back in, and this is Duran. Ivanov. And that one could not find a Greenville United teammate as that pass finds Edwards. And he'll try to find Barlas and does. Ahead for Enchil. Gets past the defender momentarily. Enchil left-footed ball across the box and too much on it. Booth couldn't run it down. I'm not sure necessarily if Enchil was going for the shot there or if he was trying to cross it to Booth. Either way, it'll be a goal kick for Greenville United FC. Again, if you're not familiar with the standings so far this season in the NPSL's Southeast Conference, Bristol Rhythm, an undefeated 5-0, 15 points, an 11-0 goal differential, plus 11 on the season, have not allowed a single goal, which is pretty unbelievable when you look at the rest of the table. Everyone else has allowed double-digit goals. Crossed into the middle, and a handball. Handball call by the official right on the edge of the box. And so Bristol plays it immediately back ahead for Booth, taking advantage of Greenville not being ready. Booth crossing it toward the middle, knocked away, and a nice play by Edward Mensah to get in front of that cross and play it back for the keeper. Whether it was intentional or not, it did go back into the arms of Hennig. And now that one unable to be controlled by Oviedo Vera on the far side as it goes off his foot and out for another Bristol throw-in. Through ball attempt for Barlas. That one cut out by Oviedo Vera. High touch there from Edwards. He kicked up high. They're going to call a foul on him there. So free kick coming up.
At just over 15 minutes, the Rhythm leads.
If you've just tuned in, we are in minute number 17 of this contest. First goal was scored in the 11th minute by the Bristol Rhythm as Konstantin Barlas came through with a left-footed shot off of a set piece. Great feed into the box where no defender was in the way of Barlas. He had pretty much one-on-one with the keeper, and he sent it right over top of the glove of Vitor Hennig. So now Bristol nursing the lead, but also trying to stay aggressive, continue to go after goals. They've not had trouble keeping teams from scoring goals. Last time out, they only scored once. It did come late in the contest against 865 Alliance in their 1-0 shutout, but at this point in the game, that's not really in your mind. You've already got one. Chance to get multiple more if you continue playing the way you have so far in this one. So Ivanov in the middle now will play it for Duran. Back for Mensah, and now Fofana. Greenville looking ahead, pass on the ground. Well done there, Summerfield, but he had that one knocked away from him by Gracia, and now the Rhythm have it going the other way. Counterattack coming. Kai Slin on the move, chips it ahead for Booth. Well-placed ball there. Booth just couldn't quite get it past Fofana, who makes the tackle and stops the momentum. Now Greenville going the other way. Duran gets it out in front of Summerfield. One-on-one at Martinez. Summerfield onto his right foot. Knocked in the air. And the tackle is a clean one. Summerfield called for the foul. He is claiming that there was a handball on Martinez on his shot attempt toward net, but no such call from the official.
Beautiful defensive play by number 17, Hugo Martinez.
Now the Rhythm played back in. Martinez ahead for Enchil, who sends a header down into the corner, has great speed, going to try to beat Mensah to this one. He does. He wins the tackle, feeds it back in the middle, and a nice play by Oviedo Vera to step in and cut off that pass in front that was meant for Elliot Edwards. Long ball out in front, finds the boot of Kvast as the possession goes right back to the Rhythm. That's been a story of a lot of the matches we've seen this season from the Rhythm. They have had dominant possession numbers. High, long drive from Martinez. Too much on it, and he knew it as soon as he had it leave his foot. So Vitor Hennig sends this one long. It gets over the top. Summerfield chips it over the top of Kvast, and he's got a goal. The first goal allowed of the season by Bristol Rhythm comes on a long ball off the boot of Vitor Hennig, the keeper, who's going to get an assist. And we are all knotted up at one apiece here in the 20th, now 21st minute. A ball back in play. It's 1-1 after a pretty crazy turn of events. For that to be the first goal you give up all year for the Rhythm, that's unfortunate. Just a jump ball back there. Clamler tried to leap to get to it, headed away from Summerfield, but instead Summerfield came up with it, got over the head of Clamler. And now Greenville going the other way again, but Clamler will play it back for Martinez, and he will give it for Kvast in net. Long drive from Kvast toward Barlas. Knocked it down into the center of the pitch, but Emmanuel Duran is the first to it to collect it for Greenville. What a eventful start to this one. And Martinez is run over by Hayden Summerfield, the goal scorer for Greenville United.
Martinez take the kick.
So Martinez will be taking this free kick. Ivanov heads it back right to Martinez. Right back from where it came. Clamler back to Martinez on the back line for the Rhythm. Passed ahead. It finds Elliot Edwards, and Duran comes through, steals it right away from Edwards. Oviedo Vera, and that one's cut out by Baku. Edwards goes back to Gracia with this one. Now Edwards again, back heel flick to Slynn. Well done, nice move. Still has it on his boot, does Kai Slynn. Back to Edwards, Duran on him. And Edwards will play it for Baku. Crossing it, Booth, well defended by Malin. Gets in the way, knocks it clear. And now Greenville trying to keep it in play, they do. And a clearance from Mensah. Finds the chest of Gracia. And now a turnover, Ivanov, but it goes right back to Bristol. And the ball still kind of available. Anyone could pick this one up. A foul is going to be called on Baku for going through the back of a player for Greenville United. So free kick coming up. Mensah to take it. Gracia clears it away. Duran back on the ball for Greenville. And his pass deflected by Newman, trying to find Manzano on the run, but instead it slows the momentum. They have to play it back to the defense yet again. Turnover, Barlas has got it now, cuts it back to the middle, and now he'll play this one in front of Gracia. Enchil, was he onside? No call yet. That's off the defense, beyond the end line, corner kick coming. So not offside on the play. Enchil very close, but the call goes in favor of the Rhythm there, and it's going to be a corner coming up for Elliot Edwards. Both teams with a goal already in this one. 11th minute tally by Bristol. 20th minute goal from Greenville United on the long ball from the keeper, Vitor Hennig. Short pass in from the corner. Edwards being hounded by Fofano. And errant left-footed cross attempt by Edwards goes wild and over the end line for a goal kick. Again, right now in the standings, this is the first and second place teams in the Southeast Conference. Bristol in first, Greenville United in second place with 15 and 13 points respectively. Greenville with few extra matches played. As this one finds Nathan Booth, and it goes now cleared out by Fofana, who just got in the way, cleared it for a throw in. Bristol will more than likely be throwing this one into the goal box from the near side. Newman's throw headed down, as that is Mensa who clears that one away. And now Greenville build up the other direction, long out in front of Summerfield. And no call. The official deemed that that was some embellishment. And that long ball to the other side, trying to find Nathan Booth from Edwards, was too high, and he couldn't keep it in play. So a throw in coming up for Joshua Malin. He runs this one into Manzano. And Gracia tried to get it out to Newman, but it was too far out in front of him. And a throw in coming up for Greenville United again. Sliding tackle, they both knocked each other out on the play, but the ball is kept in play by Bristol. And a sliding tackle knocked out, and a free kick is given as Hugo Martinez was plowed over by a Greenville United player there. Foss finds Booth. Enschel now had it poked away by Fofana. And the ball goes down into the corner where Kvast is going to have to play this one. And he did, just play it out.
And it's going to be a Greenville throw-in.
So Greenville will have a throw, as I think Kvast thought it was off of Greenville, otherwise he would have played that ball in the corner, but he just let it roll, thinking that it was off of Greenville United. But
Greenville looking to convert this. The Rhythm defense is there and heads it out easily.
Greenville back on possession here. Malin being challenged by Slynn. Finds Manzano. Outside of the foot, flick to the other side. Baku gets a boot on it, clears it out of play. Greenville United to throw this in at the 10-yard mark on the far side.
Greenville brings it in touch.
Across to the other side of the pitch where Nathan Booth will play this one out into some space where Fofana recovers it for Greenville. And he will get it right back to the other side of the field. Ivanov, and his ground pass into the middle is cleared away by Martinez. Enschel, with speed. And a high kick there from Mensa, but he clears it away just in the nick of time. And wayward pass there from Greenville, and Bristol will throw it back into play here.
Number 2, James Baku to take the throw.
1-1. Again, first goal of the year allowed by Bristol Rhythm And a player is down for Bristol. That is Enchil, who's down on the grass here.
Shout out to the Falls Hearing Center, providing the best in professional hearing evaluations, hearing solutions, and personalized care.
So we're going to have the teams head to their benches, get some hydration here as Enchil is tended to on the turf.
Realty for helping families and businesses buy, sell, and invest in real estate while beginning to support and grow the community.
It's definitely a warm day. Upper 70s, low 80s in temperature. Enchil, though, being helped back to his feet. He'll have to walk off the pitch momentarily as he was checked on by a trainer. And once the ball's put back into play, he will ask to re-enter and be granted access to the field by our center official. So Baku to throw this in. Over the head of Slin, headed back into play. A foul is called on a push in the back by Ivanov. So Baku free kick coming. Just on the attacking side of midfield. Sent into the box. Gracia header, and it's wide of the mark. And a goal kick coming up. Greenville coming into this contest have not been in the greatest form. They've had a trio of losses in a row. So coming into this one, -1 goal differential. And Barlas wrestled to the ground, and he will earn the foul and a free kick from midfield. Baku sends the free kick toward the box, but Booth was sealed off by Malin. And that ball goes off Malin last. It'll be a Bristol throw as they'll try to rush it forward. No, they will think better of that and allow Jack Newman to toss this back into play.
Jack Newman, number 7, to take the throw.
Rolled back in for Gracia, but Summerfield came from behind and picked Gracia's pocket. Ball out into space. Summerfield using his speed, trying to beat Clamler down there into the corner. He does. He takes it away from Clamler. Summerfield uses his heel to flick it backwards. Cross attempt coming off the defender and out. And we'll have a throw in from just shy of the flag. And bodies going down in the box. Still available for Greenville. And it goes out off of Bristol. A corner kick coming up. So another dangerous corner kick coming up here for Greenville United. As Duran looking to find a teammate in the box. High and long beyond Summerfield, but he redirects this off the post on the far side. It's still in play in the box. Duran, left-footed cross. And that one found Fofana, but he could not redirect it on net as it went wide of the near post. Dangerous situations for Bristol here. That was very close to getting some twine. That volley shot from Summerfield. And Bristol's got player down in the box. It's Lorenzo Clamler, who is shaken up, and a trainer being called out onto the pitch to take a look at Clamler. It's possible, you know, it's very possible Kvost got a piece of that ball on the volley shot by Summerfield. It was very close. It was right on line with the far side post there, as that was a corner kick that I thought off the foot of Duran. It was just going to be too far for everyone, but instead it found Summerfield, who was the first goal scorer in this contest. And obviously they like to go to him with chances to score. So Clamler still being tended to. And he's now back up on his feet.
And it looks like Clamler is up.
I think right now Bristol a little bit out of sorts right now. Greenville has been dominating possession recently. The game started with Bristol kind of being dominant in terms of possessing the ball, but really on that long ball from Hennig that found Summerfield and ended up being the equalizing goal. From that point on, the momentum has shifted the opposite direction, and possession has been dominated by Greenville United. 37th minute of action. We'll have obviously some stoppage time as well, a couple of injuries, as Clamler is going to be replaced. We've got a substitute early in this one. 37th minute of action, and already a new player into this one. It's Taylor Vorbrich, number 3, who will play back in Clamler's spot on defense. Raku turning it back around. Now he will play this ahead. And Enschel, a heavy touch. And stolen away by Greenville United again. Abdoulaye Sane goes back for Oviedo Vera. And now this is Hennig who will play it long, the keeper. Header in the air by Gracia. Now Baku forward. But Mensah is the next one to touch this one. Sends it long, where Newman has no choice but to clear it out for a Greenville throw. Newman's ball back in the middle, trying to find Edwards, but Ivanov read it nicely. Oh, and Oviedo Vera right past Barlas. Long shot at Kvost, and Kvost able to make the save. That was a shot from a considerable distance, at least 30 yards from the net. Slin trying to find Enschel, but just a little out of whack right now up front. They've not been able to connect on a lot of these passes. Started the match in a nice way. Had a couple really nice opportunities to score, one of which they did put in the net. But Duran goes ahead to Manzano, and he tried to redirect it, and it goes out of play for a throw-in. And now Newman down holding his left shoulder. Newman will throw this one in now. And Fofana, now Slin heads it right back for Newman.
Plays it out of
Ball just kind of bouncing around here in the midfield. Mensah ahead. Duran redirects it. Mensah on the receiving end of that clearance by Martinez. Gracia ahead, finds Barlas, and he was spun down to the ground by Ivanov. And a foul and a free kick for the Rhythm. Official pulls Ivanov aside and says no more. Doesn't give them a formal warning, but an informal one. Baku toward the back post. Booth header, and it went off the defense as well. So it's a corner kick as it went beyond the end line before Hennig could keep it in play. So corner kick coming up.
Number 11, Nathan Booth went up for that one. Beautifully, with no regard for personal safety. Willing to make that sacrifice.
Elliot Edwards looking for a corner, sent in to find a teammate, hopefully ahead or a ball that bounces around, finds a boot. Crossed in. It's still there in the box. Enchil tried to redirect it, and that one goes back to Baku, the only man back for Bristol. He is able to make the collection and rolls it back to Kvast. Florian Kvast goes ahead for Enchil, who was offside on that one. And Hennig will take this back into his box and pick it up. One all here. These two sides both scoring in the first 20 minutes of this contest. Duran switching the field. Well done there. Oviedo Vera with speed right past Barlas. Crossed in on the ground through everyone and out for a throw-in for Bristol. But another dangerous chance there. And would have been an unfortunate 2-1 deficit with just a few minutes left here in this opening half. Edwards is grabbed and pulled down to the ground by Ivanov again. Ivanov has been in the middle of a lot of stuff, and he's going to receive a yellow card here. He was just warned on the other side of the pitch for spinning Barlas to the turf, and this time he pulls down Edwards and is given the caution. So first yellow card issued in this one. Nyslin immediately rolls it back into play. He'll dribble it forward and chip it to the far side. Enchil and Barlas both in the area, but dealt with nicely again by Greenville. They have done a very nice job here in pressure situations dealing with Bristol's attack. But that time, switching the field, they hit it into no man's land and it rolled out for a Rhythm throw-in. Booth turns around, crossed into the middle, and Ivanov clears it away. Ball's available here, Newman, and it went off of Greenville. So another throw-in for Bristol Rhythm. Nice play by Jack Newman and Vorbrich on the backside as well. Doing a nice job skying up to head that one back forward.
Newman to take the throw, one of those scoring opportunities.
Thrown in by Newman toward the box. Enchil's header finds Barlas. It goes off of Barlas. So it'll be a goal kick last. 44th minute. 1-1 the score. 11th minute goal from Konstantin Tino Barlas. His first of the year, first of his career as a Rhythm player. On a set piece free kick. And then just, 9 minutes later, Greenville, a long ball from the keeper on a goal kick that found Summerfield, Hayden Summerfield, after going over the head of Lorenzo Clamler. Martinez will send this header forward, and the ball's still available here. Evangelista gets it to Sane. Now Duran, far wing, and able to find Evangelista again. Now Sane goes down. He was dispossessed by Gracia. Now Barlas going at the defense. There's no support for him, unfortunately. Baku, though, is there. He'll keep driving it ahead. He'll just keep going. It's still in play, but it's taken away by Oviedo Vera, and we've got a whistle. And a player is down. It's Patrick Enschel laying on the turf there on the far side. So he's still just kind of writhing in pain on the turf. Official imploring him to get up. So with the stoppage, the ball will be dropped back in to Greenville, who was in possession at the whistle. Ball dropped back in. Greenville going long. Header away by Martinez and out for a Greenville throw-in.
We have moved into stoppage time.
Stoppage time now.
Greenville works in touch.
Marless fighting for it.
Anzano into the middle, but stepping in front. Vorbrich clears it. Duran. Fofana now. And a sliding challenge there. Cleared away by Newman. It goes out for a throw-in for Greenville, but well done there by Newman to slide in front of that pass, which was ticketed for the foot of number 25, Joshua Malin, on the far side wing. Been playing up and down this wing. Ivanov. Good ball. But a clearance by Baku. Sane had a bit of a heavy touch there. The only chance that Baku had to get to that one. Duran now crossed toward net, and Kvast clears it, rolls it out into space for Booth. But Ivanov there. Edwards being hounded. Tried to turn it, and a tackle, but first a foul called by the official. Sebastian Daniel Montino Evangelista is hit with the foul that time.
Number 3, Vormer to take the kick.
Baku sends it forward. Enschel controls it.
Enschel over to Barlas. Chipped back toward the middle, header away by Fofana. Duran back to Oviedo Vera. Long ball over the top. Summerfield going after it. Vorbrich, though, is able to stand in the way and head this one forward. Baku now on a high clearance toward Enschel. He was offside.
That's going to be offside. Free kick for Greenville.
The right call. Enschel definitely was beyond the final defender there. So free kick from Hennig coming up.
Greenville to take the free kick.
Greenville scored on one of these long free kicks from the keeper earlier in this contest, the only goal allowed by Bristol this year. As this one pinballs around, finds the foot of Summerfield. Cross attempt off the defender. Martinez rolls out of play for a throw-in. As this second half, or this first half, the second half of the first half has been dominated heavily by Greenville. They have been in their attacking third for much of this last 30 some odd minutes, as that is going to be the halftime whistle from our official. And we will head to the break. A 1-all score, one apiece. Bristol Rhythm picked up their goal in the 11th minute of this one. Konstantin Barlas on the set piece free kick. And then in the 20th minute, the other side for Greenville United, it was Hayden Summerfield on the assist from Vitor Hennig, the keeper, on a long ball over the top of the defense. So the score at the break, 1-all, and 45 more minutes plus stoppage time left to decide this one. Right now, it is a draw. It would be the only non-winning result of the year for Bristol if it stays the way that it is right now. They'll be looking for the game winner in the second half, which we will have for you in about 15 minutes here from Gene Malcolm Stadium. Brendan Sweeney with you on the call. We'll be back yet again in about a quarter of an hour.
That was the perfect time to hit up our vendors. Once again, we have Pimento Grill. They are offering authentic Jamaican cuisine. And they have jerk chicken tacos, jerk pork tacos, jerk pork sliders, jerk pork or jerk chicken with rolls, curry chicken, white rice. It all sounds so good. We have the Virginia High School concession. They got popcorn, nachos, hot dogs, and all your favorite snacks you can get while supporting the Virginia High School band. Cool off with a delicious frozen slushie from Sunset Slush. They're perfect for these warm summer match nights. And for all you adults out there who found this game a little stressful, we have our beer garden brought to you by Seven Dogs Brew Pub. They're a restaurant, brewery, and music hall located in historic Carpenter Building in downtown Louisville, Virginia. Our beer garden, however, is not Louisville, Virginia. It's right there by the scoreboard. It's the tent with the red top. Go check them out during halftime. We'll see you all in 14 minutes. Feel the rhythm! It's about to go down! Bristol Rhythm! Owns this town!
gonna get a rhythm when you get the blues. A little shoe shine boy, he never gets low down, but he's got the dirtiest job in town. Bending low at the people's feet on a windy corner of the dirty street. Will I ask him while he shined the shoes, how'd he keep from getting the blues? He grinned as he raised his little head, he popped his shoe shine rag, and then he said, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, get a rhythm when you get the blues. A jumpy rhythm makes you feel so fine, it'll shake all your trouble from your worried mind. Get a rhythm when you get the blues. Get a rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Get a rock and roll feeling in your bones, put taps on your toes. Get gone, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Well, I sat and I listened to the shoe shine boy, and I thought I was gonna jump with joy. Slapped on my shoe polish left and right, he took his shoe shine rag and he held it tight. He stopped once to wipe the sweat away. I said, you mighty little boy to be a working that way. He said, I like it with a big wide grin. Kept on a popping and he said again, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, get a rhythm when you get the blues. It only costs a dime, just a nickel a shoe. It does $1 million worth of good for you. Get a rhythm when you get the blues.
children, clear the field. Clear the field.
And we're back here in Bristol, Virginia. We've got a good one here at Gene Malcolm Stadium as the Bristol Rhythm are currently tied at 1 apiece with Greenville United FC, the top two teams in the NPSL's Southeast Conference here this season. So it's going to be a battle here for the Rhythm to try to get this tie-breaking goal in the second half and then hold off Greenville United, who over the last probably 25 minutes of that second half, or first half rather, looked like the better team. They just dominated the possession. They had most of the chances offensively. And so it's going to be important for Bristol to kind of flip the script here early in the second half. Just maybe have a little bit of chutzpah offensively to create a chance or two and maybe try to just change the momentum a little bit. So two teams back out on the pitch as we're about set to get the second half of this contest underway. The Rhythm looking to stay unbeaten on the year and also without a draw if they can pull off the victory, as the two formations have moved out onto the pitch. Greenville United should try to build off what they did in that first half. They had all kinds of chances in the late stages of that half.
Don't forget Rhythm Nation,
We had those goal scoring opportunities. Wave those rally towels. Make some noise, wave the towels.
So Bristol is going to be the team that will kick off here in the second half, with Greenville kicking off to begin the contest. Same lineup out there on the pitch for Bristol that finished the first half. Of course, the only change was Vorbrich on defense, coming in for Clamler, who exited with a ailment of some sort. And the Rhythm are in possession here. Slynn being hounded. Booth turns it past the defender, gets right by him with speed into the middle. Heavy touch and a nice clearance by Fofana. But Baku is the one to come away with the long clear. Now Elliot Edwards on the ball. Turns it back around for Gracia. Baku bent in for Booth, hits him up in the shoulder, and it's taken away by Greenville. And now they'll try to counter. And they do counter, and they blow it dead. The official blows that one dead for a foul, as I believe he's going to show a yellow, and he is, to James Baku. Baku asking why he's shown a caution in that situation, as he was just trying to play the ball on a tackle, but Obviously not particularly fond of the retort from the official. So yellow card for James Baku, first yellow for Bristol in this contest. Both teams now with one. As Dan Ivanov picked one up for Greenville. Long ball forward, Gracia skies forward to hit it. And the Rhythm back on it with Baku. Finding Barlas, tried to flick it ahead for Enchel, nearly was able to get it there. Shouldered off the ball by Oviedo Vera. And Gracia takes it right back from Evangelista. Slynn is run over. Slynn back to Hugo Martinez. Baku ahead to Kai Slynn. Finds the foot of Barlas, trying to shield the defender Duran off, but he could not do so. It's poked away, and the possession is now back on the foot of Greenville United. Duran spins past Enchel and plays it back to Mensah. Mensah will play this long. Finding Summerfield. Tackle made by Baku. Coming forward, Vorbrich plays it ahead to Gracia. Nice job by Vorbrich. Newman's pass cut out and unable to keep it in was Malin. Newman firing it long, and the official says he took that throw from too far forward down the line. So he'll have to back up a few steps and redo it. Jack Newman trying to take advantage of Malin, the defender, being well beyond his line. And so Newman will just roll this back into Vorbrich now. Martinez into some space, plays it ahead for Barlas. Baku, now Edwards. Good touch there, keeps it away from the defense, crosses to the other side. Booth looking into the box. Over top of Enchel, rolls all the way through the box and out for a Greenville United throw. But that's good offensive play from Bristol. They had not had that type of sustained possession for quite a long time at the end of that first half. And to have that to start the second is a good sign, but we're going to have a foul called on Enchel for flying through on Mensah on the clearance attempt, trying to come through and knock that long ball away. I believe Mensah had his foot stepped on by Enchel. That's never fun, and it's going to result in a yellow card for Patrick Enchel. Second yellow card for Bristol. Patrick Enchel now joins James Baku as a booked player for Bristol Rhythm here in the second half. Early stages of this half as well. Not even 5 minutes have come onto the clock. So aggressive defensive play from Bristol has resulted in a pair of cautions. And a free kick coming up now from Vitor Hennig, the keeper, on the edge of his own goal box. Gracia skies to head this forward. Barlas up in the air again on the second touch, but no, Oviedo Vera sends it ahead. And Gracia taken down. A foul is called on Abdullah Sain. And the fans are unsure why there's no yellow card given to Sain there. Vorbrich ahead to Booth. Back to the middle towards Slynn, and it found him momentarily, but he mistouched it. As that one hits the ground, Vorbrich shielding off Summerfield, able to get to this one, and plays it back for Kvast. And now Martinez in possession of the ball for the Rhythm. Fakes it backward now, driving it ahead. Chips it forward with the left foot. Enchel pushed in the back, no call. Greenville back on the ball here. Gracia, though, steals it from Summerfield. Edwards
Touches off the Slin.
flick to Slin, trying to get past Fofana, but Fofana will clear it out for a throw for Bristol.
Rhythm throw in.
Smart play there by Fofana. Did not want the counterattack from the Rhythm to take shape.
Rhythm bringing in a touch.
Pass back toward Forbridge. Now he'll just go all the way back to Kvast with this one.
Plays it out to Martinez. Martinez crosses the forward.
Forbridge long out for Booth. Nice work defensively by Malin on that far side. But Slin steals it right back. Booth going at Malin with speed. Trying to run past him, and now shielding off Booth was Fofana, and Booth called for a foul right at the end line, and a free kick coming up for Greenville United. The official walking down to check on Fofana, asking if he needs a trainer to come out. He will not. He will be lifted up by his teammate and keeper, Vitor Hennig.
Might see many golden statues in the future.
So 1-1 between these two sides. The goal scored in the first half in the 11th and 20th minutes. Rhythm scored first. Konstantin Barlas on a free kick from Kai Slin in the box. And then on the other side, a long ball from Vitor Hennig, the keeper. Bounced over top of Klamler and was collected by Summerfield and chipped over top of Florian Kvast. Barlas trying to find Booth, but again, Malin, great play with speed to get underneath that one and use his head effectively. Newman, Edwards now. Edwards spinning around, going back to Vorbridge with this one.
Crosses to Martinez. Plays to the sideline to Baku. Back to Martinez. Pressure.
Martinez. Mensah skies it. And that one went off of Sain's foot. So Rhythm to throw this in. Baku looking for a target. Long ball toward Enschil. And a clearance by Oviedo Vera to the opposite side and out for a Bristol throw.
Newman to take a throw into Forward. Crosses to Martinez. Takes space.
Martinez to Baku.
Sideline to Baku. Sends it forward.
And a little bit of a misread there from Baku as Enschil was running toward the corner, but Baku played it off the outside of his foot back toward the middle of the pitch. So it rolled through all the way to Hennig, who picks it up and will put this one on the ground and send it deep. Vorbridge heads it ahead, and it's recollected by Greenville, but a turnover here and a steal by Kai Slin.
Sends it across.
Trying to find Barlas, but that's Mensah in the way. And Ivanov now. Oviedo Vera looking for a target. Kvast will come out. Sky for this one and make the catch. Slin ahead to Edwards. Thought about trying to go Gracia's way there. Does now.
And it's going to be out for a Rhythm throwing.
So the Rhythm will have a throw as that one's poked away. And this is now Martinez again on defense. Booth turns. And he's going to be outrun by Duran this time, but Booth somehow kept it in and was fouled. Booth is down, holding his backside. That definitely looked like he came down with some serious authority. Gonna walk it off. But he has won a free kick. So the Rhythm will have a chance here.
Captain Slenny to take the kick. Greenville Nation huge scoring opportunity. Look at those.
Kai Slynn from the corner. It's a free kick. Sends it low. Edwards trying to come through. Knocked away. And now a counterattack. Edwards grabs the backside of Summerfield, and he is going to get a card here, no doubt. Yellow shown to Elliot Edwards. The third yellow card collected by a Rhythm player in this second half. 57th minute of action here from Gene Malcolm Stadium. So free kick.
Greenville will take the free kick. Greenville will take the free kick.
Taken by Ivanov. Header over top of the goal, but he was offside anyway. What an attempt there by Manzano. Header over top of the crossbar, but again, did not matter as he was offside when that one left the foot of Ivanov.
Plays it out to Forbrick. Forbrick plays it forward to Edwards.
Elliot Edwards turns it back in the middle, keeps possession, plays it out to Booth. Back to Edwards now. One-on-one with Duran, gets it to this near side. Barless is on it. Gracia redirecting it to Edwards again. What a move, gets past the defender. And a foul is called, not sure why. Didn't want to play the advantage that time, it looked like. Just a quick whistle from the official. And James Baku is incensed. He is in the referee's face, asking, why are you blowing that play, Dad? We had advantage. Baku is absolutely flabbergasted. So a free kick coming. Kai Slynn on the ball. And the free kick chipped in. Vorbrich had it go off the side of his head. Now it's going the other way. Sane down the near side. Passed ahead. Summerfield back to Sane. Into the middle. Whistled. There was a whistle. And no one knows what for. Official over with the far side linesman asking what's going on. Not exactly sure what the call could have been there. Oh my, they've called a penalty. Oh. Wow, that is turn of events right there. Not sure exactly what happened. Obviously, something happened in the air there on that ball in by Slynn on the chip into the box. Some sort of contact was seen by the linesman on the far side, and he's given a penalty. And the captain of this Greenville side, Mensah, is speaking with the official, asking why is a penalty given after the fact here by the linesman. And Mensah disagrees heavily, obviously, waving it off. But it's going to be a penalty now for Bristol and a chance to take the lead back. Elliot Edwards is the man that's going to take it from the spot. And this is a huge test for Vitor Hennig in net. So now Edwards has moved the ball forward. Are they saying this is an indirect free kick, not a penalty? I am completely confused. They are saying that it is an indirect free kick. No, it is a penalty kick for Edwards. I'm not sure what the confusion is about there, why there's so much confusion from everybody involved. But it's a penalty kick coming from Elliot Edwards. He's now set for this thing. And the whistle. Here it comes from Edwards. It's saved by Hennig. Oh my, what a stop by Vitor Hennig. He guessed right, dove to his left side. And now a rogue ball found its way onto the pitch. Not sure what happened there. Far line or near side linesman pointing at something. Okay, they've given a yellow card to the Greenville bench for playing a ball onto the field there. I think it's probably in celebration, to be honest, that they made the stop, but not really a smart play there by the Greenville bench. But yet again, what a stop by Vitor Hennig there on the penalty kick from Edwards. Guessed right, dove to his left, shot was on the ground, went really right where Hennig was. And pretty easy stop once Hennig had decided he was going to dive to the left. So Newman will head this one out of play. And Greenville will now have a throw-in from in front of their bench. And a foul as Gracia draws the infraction by Greenville. Free kick coming up. So Martinez on the ball now. Vorbrick back to Kvast. Martinez bent forward. Barless chips it, and he had it kind of roll off the side of his foot and out for a Greenville throw. We've got a substitute for Bristol. Constantine Barless being replaced. The lone goal scorer of the day for Bristol Rhythm coming off the pitch. So a good performance from him. He'll be congratulated by his teammates on the bench for a job well done in this contest so far.
And it's out for a Rhythm throw.
Davis Kendall is your substitute, number 99, as that one's turned over by Duran. Slid ahead, finds the foot of just into the game, and he shot it wide. But the official saying it was deflected and a corner kick. Oh.
Number 99, Kendall Davis, who subbed in for Barless, taking that shot.
Wow, I am not sure about that call of a corner here, but hey, it benefits the Rhythm here. They've got a corner kick. Edwards bending it in toward the back post, header up in the air, rolling toward the opposite side, corner flag, and it is out off of Bristol for a throw-in for Greenville, which is probably about as good of a result as you can get there for Bristol on a ball that rolled all the way through the box. So thrown in by Malin.
Greenville flicks it on.
Both players are down. Late whistle, and they give the call. They say it's a foul on Bristol, as a player for both sides down on the ground. Forbrick is able to get up to his feet now. Manzano, the other involved party for Greenville. So free kick for Greenville from just on their own side of midfield.
Sends it forward.
Forbrick gets his head onto that one, up into the air, and now a header out clear by Newman will result in a throw-in for Greenville, and likely a throw into the box here.
Greenville to bring it in touch.
Thrown in. Double header by Bristol. Finds the ground. Another attempt on net. Nothing there, says the official. It's cleared away. Encho comes forward. Knocked it away from Ivanov momentarily, but now Ivanov does play it ahead. Manzano, shot off of Vorbrick, blocking that one in the box. Gracia ahead to Enchil. Counterattack ensuing, and Booth could not keep control of it as it went off his foot and out for a Greenville throw.
Fast, progressive action from the Rhythm.
1-1, 69th minute of the contest. Bristol trying to
Greenville brings it in touch.
stay unbeaten. They would do so with this score, but they would like to keep their record spotless with only wins and no draws. And a great tackle by Edwards. Kendall comes up with it. Passed ahead. Enchil tried to back heel flick it for Kendall. Didn't get enough power on it and turned it over. Over for Summerfield. Now Vorbrick will play back to Kvast. Newman, Martinez, Gracia back for Newman. Lots of space to drive up into. Passed ahead to Edwards. Good move to go away from Emmanuel Duran. Can Booth keep it in? No, he cannot keep it in. Substitute. Into the game, 3 of them for Greenville United. As Dan Ivanov will come off along with Sebastian Daniel Montino Evangelista and Hayden Summerfield, the goal scorer. All 3 replaced here by Greenville with 20 minutes and change remaining. New players into the contest. Byron Mitchell, number 14, is in. Number 18, Dan Sevali-Bori.
And it's a Greenville throw-in.
And David Danqua on the opposite side, number 17. Those 3 players now into the contest as we've got a throw-in for Greenville.
Greenville brings it in touch. Gracia challenges hard. Slinny flicks it on.
Ball bouncing away. Booth going back with this one, playing it into the middle. Danqua
Controls it.
turns it over. And actually, that's not Danqua. It's Babacar Fall who is in for Danqua. Played ahead toward Enchil. He runs over the defender. And a foul given. Tried to play advantage for Greenville, but the foul called late on Patrick Enchill for running over the defender on the far side, Fofana.
And it's going to be a Greenville free kick.
Substitute
Number 7, Jack Newman.
for Bristol, Jack Newman
Let's hear it
off.
for Newman.
Here comes the long free kick. High in the air off the head of Gracia. Now Slynn recovers it. His pass cut out. Still available as Greenville is on it. And they'll play it back toward Fofana. Now that'll be a turnover. Booth steps right in the way of that. And now he had it taken away from him by Manzaro. This is Mitchell. And too much on that one, and that goes all the way beyond the end line for a goal kick.
Strategy, let's see if it pays off. And it doesn't. It's still a goal kick.
Quast.
Right in touch.
Torbrick on the ball for Bristol as they try to mount an attack here. All the way back to Kvast. Torbrick looking ahead.
With us, number 15, Jake Chaos.
And it's going to be a rhythm free kick.
Foul on Greenville here. Ball played back in immediately. Edwards had it tackled away from him
It's gonna be a rhythm throw-in.
by Oviedo Vera.
Number 2, James Baku, to take the throw.
New man into the game for Bristol is number 15, Jake Kellerhals.
Plays it across to Vorbrick.
Vorbrick, good ball, finds Booth. Edwards, shot, top corner! Oh my, what a shot from Elliot Edwards! He breaks the tie with a howitzer to the top right. And the Rhythm are back in front. It is a 2-1 score in favor of Bristol Rhythm. 74th minute strike from Elliot Edwards. And really looked like it was just kind of a pedestrian spot to take a shot from, but Edwards, the perfect placement, bending it to the top far corner, and Vitor Hennig just could not quite reach it. Hennig, not the tallest keeper that you will find, and that there is what you do when you have someone who isn't necessarily the tallest in net. Try to find the top corner, and Elliot Edwards does about as well as you can with that shot. Boy, oh boy. What a shot from Elliot Edwards. Goal number 3 on the year for him. He becomes the team's leading point getter with that one. He's got 3 goals and 2 assists to his name this year. And Elliot Edwards comes through in the clutch here in the 74th minute of this one. And a steal by Greenville now. Gracia holding his leg here on the near side. He's back up and moving. Kai Slynn and a whistle. Free kick coming for the Rhythm as Booth went down. Had his shoe stepped on and actually taken off his foot, so he's trying to get back into it now. Kai Slynn out to Baku. Good find there from Baku to Vorbrick. Gracia into space. Martinez now being hounded by Duran. His ball ahead is cut out by Byron Mitchell. Still on it is Mitchell. And now a turnover. And pushed over on the play is Martinez. by substitute player number 18, Dan Sevali Gabori.
Cramping.
Martinez cramping,
Like this, these cramps will happen. He's got
trying to stretch out his calf here. Baku holding his
Don't forget to check out our vendors. We got
leg up, trying to help
Beer
him out.
Garden brought to you by Seven Dogs over there by the
Huge turn of events for Bristol.
Greenville United.
Best players step up in the big moments, and Elliot Edwards now with 3 goals and 2 assists on the season,
Slush guaranteed to cool you off.
leading the team in points after his perfectly picked spot in the top right corner of the net. So Flo Kvast will take this free kick here. And he will just switch the field to the other side. Vorbrick passed ahead. Trying to redirect to Edwards was Kendall, but it was a little bit errant. And a long clear by Gracia goes out of the field of play and down a tunnel on the far side stands. So 2-1 for the Rhythm after their 74th minute tally by Elliot Edwards. And a turnover there. Malin goes back. Duran, Baku, flying kick off a volley that time. And Martinez doing a nice job here. Plays it out in front of Baku. He'll have to hurry to get to it. He cannot keep it in play. And a throw in is coming for Greenville. And they'll try to hurry up and get this throw in before Bristol can get back in place, but they do get back well enough. And a long throw toward the box will happen instead. Mitchell, left-footed shot, blocked down by Martinez. Manzano, Kvast, skies for it, catches it over top. And Kvast throws it long toward Booth, does get it to Nathan Booth, but he'll just play this back for Baku. Long ball for Enchil, and too much on that one. It bent away from Enchil as well and out for a throw. And we'll have a substitute for both sides now at this stoppage. Abdullah Sain is out for Greenville United FC. Nathan Booth will be coming off for Bristol Rhythm.
Coming off Booth, we have no.
Now, new man on for Greenville United is number 17, David Danquois, who I said came in earlier, but that was actually number 7, Babacar Fall, not number 17, David Danquois. And Bristol has taken too long to get their sub onto the field. And so they're having to play with 10, I believe, until the next stoppage. What an unfortunate turn of events. The Rhythm didn't get their player onto the pitch quick enough.
Martinez sends it forward. Rhythm players still waiting to come on.
All is in possession of Emmanuel Duran.
1 minute after a call like that has been made.
And chipped over. Malin in the corner with it. Going at Vorbrick.
Challenging hard.
Nice challenge from Vorbrick. Forces it back. Chipped ahead though. Crossed in. Mitchell had it for a second, and now a clearance away and out by Kellerhals. And now finally allowed onto the pitch is the substitute, Lucas Schofield. Danquois drops it back for Manzano. And now Fofana back to this near side. Mensah dribbling it forward into space, and he's taken down by Enschel. A little out of control there from Patrick Enschel. Schofield pushed down off the side of the play. Nothing there. Greenville trying to play the ball ahead before the whistle was blown to put it back in play. Now it has been, so the ball can be sent forward by Greenville, but they'll wait. Allow their attackers to set up on the edge of the box for this ball coming in from Emmanuel Duran. Ball is available still, but instead Davis Kendall comes through and drills it down the far side and out for a Greenville throw, but in their own end. A whistle and a substitute coming on for Bristol again. Enschel will be coming off. Patrick Enschel off the pitch now. Probably a smart decision there. Playing on a yellow card. Don't want to have him earn a second yellow and be taken off the pitch. So Daniel Ojeda is in for Bristol. Number 23. He'll be playing in the midfield as they change formation to 4 in the midfield with just Davis Kendall up front. Vorbrick gets there, heads it forward. Gracia is clotheslined. And a yellow card for Oviedo Vera. As Gracia went up to head that ball forward, did head it forward, and then was clotheslined by Oviedo Vera.
It's going to be a free kick for the Bristol Rhythm. Just over 6 minutes.
So free kick coming up from Vorbrick with the 84th minute counting right now on the clock.
That goal from Edwards could have been the apple cider decider.
Elliot Edwards heading off the pitch. Right now, responsible for the game winner. What a performance from him today. And Grayson Hammond, number 12, in to replace him here for these last 10-ish minutes of the contest, with stoppage time included. Ball tried to keep it in, sliding attempt by Malis to keep it from going out of play, but it does go out for a Bristol throw-in right around the midfield stripe. Knocked out by Greenville. Another Bristol throw-in. Turned over for a moment there, but Bristol does get back in control of it. Martinez and Vorbrick back and forth game. Baku trying to redirect that one forward for Schofield. Mitchell somehow keeping it. Manzano ahead. Baku sprinting onto this one. He will just play this out for a throw-in for Greenville. Mitchell will get it back in quickly to Duran. Dumped off to Duran again. Emmanuel Duran. Kvass comes through, punches it free. Right to Babukar Fall. And now that's a turnover. Goes off Bristol last. It'll be a throw-in for Greenville. Fall, thinking about getting it in quick, instead drops it for his teammate, Manzano.
to throw this one long into the box. Thrown in, header by Vorbrich. Danquah is fouled. They say a push in the back by Grayson Hammond. And Danquah will earn a free kick from a highly dangerous spot here.
After a seemingly fair challenge, it's going to be a free kick.
So a free kick from just outside the goal box here. The wall being walked back. So Bristol setting the wall up. They will have one player laying on the ground in case of a ball driven low, as the wall typically will leap as the shot is taken.
Get those towels in the air. Huge defensive opportunities. Let's make some noise.
Emmanuel Duran. No, it's a shot. It's drilled into the net. What a shot. Oh my, what a shot by Abubakar Fofana. Not the man we thought was going to take that free kick. And Fofana has equalized here in the 88th minute of this contest, and we are all knotted at 2.
Just over 2 minutes left. Regulation play score is 2-2.
What a shot by Fofana. And now Bristol's going to need another one.
Rhythm Nation, this is not over yet. We're still in it. We're going to get another one here in just a moment. Let's hear it for him.
But that was a laser. Not really much of a shot there for Kvass to make that stop.
Make some noise.
Bristol back on the ball to start. Baku chips it ahead to Schofield. Schofield, Kendall, oh, it went over his head, and coming out to grab it is the keeper, Hennig. And we've got a whistle. I'm not sure what's going on here. And we're giving a yellow card, I believe.
I am 100% unsure what's happening right now.
That could have been Mensah that they gave the yellow card to, or it could have been the keeper, Hennig, for embellishment.
But something is happening, that's for sure.
It looked to me like there was no contact by Kendall on Hennig. And no, they are going to give it to Mensah. Mensah's got the yellow card.
Must come in a time at some point.
Greenville is certainly trying to work the clock here. I think they are more than happy taking the point from the team that is leading the league right now in Bristol. Hennig, the keeper, being stretched out as if he had a cramp there, which is certainly less likely than a player in the field. Dropped into play, it'll be picked up by Hennig. We are now into stoppage time in this contest, so these two teams are going to have to try to find the game winner in extra time.
Greenville finally sends it forward.
Header forward, but Kendall was still coming back from the defensive setup against Hennig. Long ball over top. Vorbrich heads it toward Baku. And now Greenville recollects. Offside call, as Sevali Gabori was offside. Trying to read that was Danquah, and Martinez will hit it skyward. Ball's available. Kendall, oh, a foul. Foul called on Schofield. and he is completely confused. Didn't think there was any contact on the play, but the call goes against Bristol, and the time is running down here on Bristol. They've got to get something going here. It looked like they may have had a chance there, but the whistle obviously shuts down that opportunity. And Henning to take the free kick here. Drills it toward his own bench. Fall can't keep it in. Throw in coming from Kellerhals. Ball thrown back in. Vorbrick. Back to Kellerhals. Tried to find Slynn, turned it over. Slynn, though, got it right back. Martinez. Finds Schofield. Chipped ahead, I believe, off the defender. Yes, it was. It was off the defender. Nope, it wasn't. It was not. The official in the center said it was a Bristol throw, and then the linesman says, no, it's the other way. And so the official in the center obviously overruled there with the linesman having priority. So Baku heads it forward. Kendall back to Slynn. Chipped ahead into the body of Fofana. Going the other way, that'll find Kvast. He'll roll this one to the feet of Martinez. Trying to find Schofield. Not enough power on that one. Hammond goes down. He played it cleanly, and it'll be a foul on Greenville. And a free kick coming up for Bristol. Yeah, some extracurriculars going on with Danquois and Baku. Just trying to stall. That's the name of the game late like this. You don't want to allow opportunities for the opposition. So Slynn will send this toward the box. It was off the mark, though. Kendall can't keep it, and it'll go out for a goal kick. 2-2 is our score. 88th minute. Shot on a free kick from just outside the box by Abubakar Fofana for Greenville United. Has knotted things at 2 apiece. Elliot Edwards looked like he was going to have the game winner with that beautiful curling shot to the top right corner. But the late foul and subsequent free kick had other plans. It's a Bristol throw. Thrown in for Slynn. May have put too much on this one. Schofield's not going to be able to get it.
Just a bit too much mustard on that hot dog.
Throw in coming for Greenville, who, again, I think at this point of the game, they are certainly looking like they're happy to take this draw with the lack of urgency that they've had on the throw-ins and so forth. Baku crossed the pitch. Kellerhals forward. Ball still available. Hammond sliding in. Ball has been recovered by Greenville. They'll keep going with this one forward. Vorbrick going one-on-one against Manzano and a clean tackle. Throw in for Greenville. Likely nearing the end of our stoppage time. We've gotten over 5 minutes. Header away. Daniel Ojeda makes the clean tackle. And a chip to the other side out of play from Duran is a goal kick now for Bristol, who've got to hustle here. This one will find the head of Gracia. Schofield able to get his foot on it. Stays alive. Hammond back to Baku. Chipped ahead. And a flying play there by Oviedo Vera. Taken back by the Rhythm. And down goes Gracia. A free kick coming up. Hammond ahead. Bent into the box. Header away by Mensah. It's out. Bristol throwing in from the far side. Trying to get everyone into the box here for a throw. Schofield's the man to throw this one in. Could be down to the last or maybe second to last chance of this contest. Schofield's throw. Headed away. Slynn off the volley. Deflected out by Greenville. A throw in for Bristol. The Rhythm hurrying again. Baku to fire this one back in. Here it goes. Header up in the air. Still there in the box. Headed out to the wide side. Duran had it go off of Baku, and it's a goal kick. And it is very possible that we have just seen our last chance of the contest for the Bristol Rhythm. We'll see if Greenville gets one here, as we're up over 7 minutes played of stoppage time. Gracia's header towards Slynn. And shielded off the ball was Ojeda. Ojeda taken down. So it'll be a free kick now from Kai Slynn. He's going to try to drill this down into the box as far as he can hit it. But first a whistle from the official as he's going to have a word with Davis Kendall, and he's trying to have a word with someone as well from Greenville, but they're not coming to the official, and it's Mensah. So just talking through some pleasantries. Slynn gives it to Baku. Baku comes forward with this. Toward the back post. Can he keep it in? Maybe! It's there! Is it in? It is! Oh! The goal was in! Bristol going crazy! 3-2! Oh my! What a play! The ball just bouncing around in the box, and it sits there out in front of the net. And finally, the Rhythm put it in. Let's take a look back here on the monitor to see who that was that ended up putting it in. It's Ojeda. It's Daniel Ojeda who puts it in the net off the deflection. And the Rhythm lead it 3-2 in the final moments of this contest. And Greenville incensed, speaking with the official, saying they were either offside or something was not called on the play that should have been. But the officials say no, that is a good goal. It's a 3-2 Bristol lead, and I cannot imagine there's much more time left here in stoppage time. A final hour tally there by Bristol as the official looking at his watch. Gonna give Greenville one more chance, I believe. Baku heads it out clear. Byron Mitchell keeps it though. Well done by him. Greenville still on the ball. Manzano back, Duran. Other side of the pitch. Too far and out. Goal kick. Three to 2, Bristol Rhythm after the Daniel Ojeda second goal of the year for him. His goal right now, the game winner. If Bristol can find a way to keep Greenville from getting back on offense. Kendall, lots of space, and he lost control of it. Oh, Danquas slipped, but he got it back. Tackle made by Schofield, and it's out of play. Greenville to throw in. Officials still taking peeks at that watch. And another great play by Kendall to block that one. And I still can't imagine that there's much time on this clock. There is no more time on the clock. The Rhythm pull it out. From the clutches of a 2-2 draw, they come through in stoppage time. Daniel Ojeda, opportunistic in the box, plays the pinball game and knocks it into the net just before time runs out in this contest to keep the Rhythm without a draw or a loss this season. 6 wins in a row to start the campaign for Greenville United FC. It is another loss for them, their 4th in a row, as they will have to stay at 13 points in the standings. And how about that? The Bristol Rhythm coming through, move to 18 points in the table. What a game. These two teams played a very evenly matched contest in this one. It was a fun one to watch all the way throughout in this one. Bristol Rhythm, 3 goals scored in this one. The goals in the 11th minute, it was Konstantin Barlas getting his first goal as a member of the Rhythm. And then in the second half, Elliot Edwards in the 74th, sending one top right corner. And that was a beautiful goal. I thought that was going to be enough to take the victory for the Rhythm in this game. But then late in the game for Greenville, 88th minute, a free kick goal from Abubakar Fofana. The defenseman comes forward and hits a laser beam on a free kick from just outside the box past Florian Kvast. And at that point, it seemed this was going to be a draw, but very last moment, ball sent in by Baku, bounces around off a couple of heads for Bristol and finds the boot of Daniel Ojeda, who ends the contest with a 3-2 victory for the Bristol Rhythm. Once again, this has been Brendan Sweeney with you on the call for this Bristol Rhythm AFC victory. 3-2, the final score. And we'll be back on the broadcast here on July 4th, Independence Day, here from Gene Malcolm Stadium in Bristol.
Very important announcement tonight's man of the match. Scoring the apple cider decider, number 23, Daniel Ojeda. Man of the match is Brock. Businesses across the region and providing the man of the match for us. One more time, let's hear for Daniel Ojeda. And a huge thank you to Federal Pacific and Line Power for sponsoring tonight's high voltage clash. And what a high voltage clash it was.